And we are live. We are so happy to have a very special guest in-house today. Danielle, how are you doing?
I am good. How are you guys?
Doing good.
Doing good. James, how are you? How was this week?
Pretty good. Work was good. Work stayed busy. It's a little hot back there. They have a little bit of an issue going on with the heating stuff. Just an ongoing kind of problem. But we're managing. We're dealing with it. We have plenty of water, and that's all that matters. We're surviving.
That's all that matters. Absolutely. That's all that matters. I've been so busy this last couple of weeks with the IT projects I have on my plate, and it's just firefighting. It's a lot of firefighting. I spent the last 3 days firefighting, and you're just like, when does this end? Like, I want to get to some bigger projects, and no, we're troubleshooting. So fun, still fun. So before we start, we always have some things to show. We got Tomahawk showing first. El Tomahawk, other known as the Tomahawk. So we got some desserts to show off. Now, first I have to show, I have to give props again. I saw this picture and I'm just like, he has given the donut shops, he's given them he's not going to give them any business because you're going to be going to him for some business. Absolutely. Show him this amazing. And I want you to describe what is on this thing, this creation.
It's just a mixture of like donuts. Well, it's just one donut. I mean, it's just a plethora of. I mean, it's just like 3 donuts, a couple of donut holes and stuff like that. But it's a vanilla glaze, and it's kind of into old-fashioned donut recipe. But yeah, they're really good.
So, did you deep fry these?
Yeah.
Yes. See, that's the one thing I'm missing is I don't have the deep fryer. I was like, he had to have deep fried them because I've done the oven baked ones and they never turn out like you want to. They're more like they're the cake donuts.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed the deep fried, and then you throw some of that icing and glaze on it. Oh, so good. That looks amazing. So, what's the flavors in this one?
This one is just straight like a vanilla cake donut with like the vanilla glaze and chocolate sauce on top.
That looks awesome.
It's simple, but it's really good.
Yeah.
I was kind of going out of the like the cookie element, and I'm like, what can I make? And I'm like, I haven't made a donut in like forever, so I'm like, yeah, I'll go with the donut aspect.
Yeah, so, donuts are good, and that's the whole thing.
I haven't made donuts in forever, so I was looking at how to think of recipes and stuff. So
that's awesome. Did you find it online?
I found it on YouTube.
Oh, that's even better. Do you know where this is the new recipe thing is TikTok. Like,
really?
My son is like grabbing crazy. He's like, hey, Andy, if you need a dessert recipe, I got one on TikTok for some peanut butter cookies. And I'm like, peanut butter cookies? What are you doing? He's like, I save videos from TikTok to go make sure that I can make some desserts. And I'm just like, do you remember that when we were kids, we used to have those big, and maybe Danielle, your mom had these things that huge red and white checkered recipe book that was from like, do you know what I'm talking about? It was like Betty Crocker.
Betty Crocker. Yep.
Yeah.
I think my mom still has it.
I know they had the best recipes of everything.
It's somewhere around here too, I think.
Like I had one of those. We had one of those. Christy had one of those. Her mom had one of those, and now I don't know anybody who has one, but it is the best recipe book because it has like everything, like anything you could possibly. Meatloaf, yes, meatloaf right there. There's the recipe for it, and they're all pretty good recipes. Like I don't know. I think she just like I don't know. I think she just like out and collected different greatest recipes from different places, and they put it in this book. So what did Andy make? He made himself strawberry shortcake. So that's a little bit of whipped cream on top. Well, Cool Whip. And then strawberries. And I did do the shortcake I cheated on because that's just like sponge bread, right? But I did chop up the strawberries, added the sugar to it, and it was so simple, of course, but it's like my favorite like go-to like summer dessert other than what I'm going to do next week. So next week will be my next favorite. So we got Copper Johns. We got all sorts of cool people in. I just got a huge shout out to Copper Johns. Really cool packaging. I loved it. Have you tried them out yet, James?
Yeah, I'm getting ready to do the review on them soon.
Awesome. I have really enjoyed just the presentation that I got yesterday was amazing. I enjoyed that so much. And they come with that little copper john fly thing, which is totally, I used to be a huge fisherman, so that was like, this is cool, really cool. So Danielle, you have a huge event coming up, and I have seen it on blowing up on Facebook. I've seen it blowing up on Instagram, mostly on Instagram. Can you tell us a little bit more about it, and then we can go into a little bit more detail about what this charity is about? So we know it's a charity event. Can you tell us a little bit more detail about that?
Yes, it is actually for Arnold Chiari malformation. And honestly, some of these people that are helping me advertise, I absolutely love the way they are saying it. I've gotten Chiari. I've gotten, oh my God. There was one that was really funny. He's like, Chiari. And just the way he says it, Chiari, it's Redneck Don.
Yep.
Yeah. Just the way he says it is absolutely hilarious.
Did you guys see that video? Did you see that video, James?
I didn't see it. It's funny too, like because naturally I do say Chiari, like that's how I say it, and but like to hear like different pronunciations of it, even it's funny. That's funny.
That is funny. So he said it like several times. So he did a video on Instagram. Go check him out. He is a hoot to follow. But he was sitting there and he said it like, I think it's Sherry. I'm saying it wrong. I know I'm saying it wrong, but it was really cool. He's a funny guy. And if you guys have a chance to follow him out there in internet land, he's a good dude.
Oh, he's hilarious.
Yeah. Very good dude. So you have this event and it's coming up. And when is it coming up?
It is on September 26th.
So just around the corner.
Yeah, it is completely online. And it is actually not, just in case, I know the event page does clearly state what it is, but it is not a beard competition.
Right.
A lot of people are still thinking it is a beard competition, but it is literally like Family Feud, the game show.
Nice.
That is so cool. Now, how are you? Can you tell us a little bit about how you're doing this? I love that idea.
Yeah. Teams, you can sign up as a 5-person team, just like Family Feud, 5-person family. You can sign up as a 5-person team for $20 or an individual for $5. The individuals will be placed on a team, and we are actually going to do it via Zoom.
Very fun.
Yeah,
Very fun.
but we can have, 2 teams at one time on the Zoom, kind of battling each other like Family Feud.
That sounds fun. I actually might jump on that myself. What day does that fall on?
Saturday.
Oh yeah. Damn it.
Maybe you can do one of the later ones because that sounds like so much fun. Are you going to be with the hostess with the mostess on that one?
Sorry, say that again.
Are you going to be the hostess with the mostess? Are you emceeing it or are you?
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. With Jessica Halo as my co-host.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Just really cool. Very awesome. So that is happening now. This is so can you explain and I know that you're personally involved in this in some way, and I think that you suffer from this disease that we're going into. So I want to hear from your perspective, what it is about this that kind of has sprung up for you. And I know that you're very close to it, of course, because you have it, but A, describe the disease, and then B, how is it affecting you and things like that?
Okay. Well, Arnold Chiari malformation is a condition in which the brain tissue extends into the spinal canal. I actually was diagnosed at a very young age. Most of the time, it is actually not diagnosed until mid-adulthood.
Is there like 2 types of the disease?
There's 4 or 5 types, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Each of them is a little different, mostly just depending on when you were diagnosed with it, for the most part. Plus, now I also have scoliosis, which was caused from this condition. One of the doctors I had at the time didn't catch it, and he should have.
Right.
So it caused more damage than it really should have. So some of the symptoms include, like pain in the neck, muscle weakness, problems with coordination, stiffness, overreactive reflexes, pins and needles. It is actually, because of this, I have been unable to work since the end of February.
Wow.
So, today actually is 6 months since I've actually been able to work due to this condition. So it sucks. I loved my job. I was an assistant manager in retail. I had been in retail for 18 years. So, I mean, it was really a big letdown when my doctor told me, hey, you can't work anymore due to the fact that I get dizzy and I do fall.
That's really scary, actually.
It is.
I'm really sorry to hear that. And I'm, heartfelt, I'm sorry that you have to deal with this. Now, this charity that that the money is going to, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's called Conquer Chiari. And it's one of my favorite because they do so much. Actually, I reached out to them on Instagram and they responded back, and they are helping to advertise this event. Even though they have another event going on that same exact day, they still were willing to, help promote this event, which they're based out of Texas. So I just really like that one. My initial thoughts actually were I was going to go with CHOP, Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, which is where I had my surgery done when I was 7. But after looking into that, they really didn't have a specific Chiari, fundraiser and I wanted to make sure the money went towards Chiari.
Right.
Yeah, it totally makes sense.
Unfortunately, it's not really a rare disease, but a lot of people don't know about it. Or if they do, they don't understand it.
Right.
Wow. I'm very happy that that this money is going to a charity like that, because it's very specific, which is extremely helpful for people suffering from that, and the research that goes into this. So I would take it that the charity has done specific research into this. And what kind of prognosis what kind of research are they doing? And is there any positive things that they found over the last 10, 15 years since they've been doing this that has helped people with maybe lifestyle changes, or maybe some surgeries that help out, things like that?
Well, okay, I know the surgeries today are way, way different than the surgery I had. Of course, I was 7, so back in, I believe it was 93, maybe, when I had 92. It was back in 92 when I had my surgery. So the way they did mine is way different than the way they do today. Now, they still go in the back of your neck. But my doctor, they didn't think I was going to get very tall, and I'm not, fortunately. So what he did was he put my shunt going from my brain back into my spinal cord. where today they actually put the shunt draining into your stomach. And that's a big issue I have run into. Every doctor, every neurosurgeon, well, I only saw one neurosurgeon, but the couple neurologists and orthopedic doctors I have seen have never heard of it going back into your spinal cord. So it's like they have absolutely no idea really what to do right now. Fortunately, I was cleared for surgery, so I don't have to have a surgery right now. But I've been going through nerve blocks, cervical epidurals, and just a bunch of crap.
Right. It sounds crazy. I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
You know, there's something that there's a couple people suffering from, and I've never heard of it. So it's rare to me, but there's a couple people, members in the community, that are suffering from something. It sounds very similar, with some sort of nerve and thing. And like one of them's tumors, the other one has some nerve things that happen, like Bearded Zebra and Joe from Bearded Life. They have something that sounds like in that same nervous system family, like dealing with different things. But when I hear these stories, I'm just blown away that you've lived all of your life like this. How has it been? And you've been able to function, like, is there anything that they can do going forward for you?
Well, that's what we're still trying to work on. I usually have, it's actually slacked off a lot, but in the beginning I was going to like 2-3 different doctors a week. I mean, there was a lot of different doctor's appointments. Now, usually I go to at least one every week, just about. So we're still trying to figure out what can be done. The nerve block didn't work, so they have ruled out it being my nerves. So now my next doctor appointment is going to be with an ear, nose, and throat doctor to see if I have some type of inner ear issue on top of all this.
Wow. And that's crazy, like how they, like you said, when you were 7, they put that back in the spine, when nowadays they've never even heard of that. And it's like, how do they know that then, and they've never even heard of that now? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Like it could have like really, I mean, it really caused damage, but apparently they never even heard of it, and now they just go to the stomach. It's just two way different spots. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is, which, you know, the condition is anyway too much fluid on your spinal cord. So it is kind of crazy that they would
go back in your spine.
Yeah, let it go back into my spinal cord. But he was a really good doctor. He has since passed, but he was a really good doctor. And that was just what he told my parents. It was his words, the lesser of two evils.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. You know, that's too. It is sad, and it comes down to innovation too. Is that technology changes, research changes, which is why this charity is so important. Going back to that, is the fact that these monies go to helping the next future individuals suffering from this. You know, trying to figure out maybe even in the genome where they can fix things so that it doesn't have to happen to another person. Or I know that I have an eye disease that has, like, the reason why I'm blind, I'm up on people, I can, you know, I'm always up on the screen and have my screens up way too big because I have a rare eye disease. Well, you know, just like what you're saying, 20 years ago, it doesn't affect me other than my vision, which is, I've been lucky. I'm almost blind, but I'm lucky. And I've just worked with it. Right. But the things that they can do now is amazing. And it all comes down to that somebody was giving charity, somebody did research to try to figure out what was really going on. And this is the opportunity for our community to get together and help a future generation, and hopefully Danielle and what she's going to go through for the rest of her life, because I know that this is something that they can find research to help you now, hopefully, not only just future, but what current patients suffering from something like this. And it's big, and I'm glad that we have the opportunity as a community to help, drive something like this. And it sounds like you have so many good resources now, into the auction piece of it. And I think there's some some auction pieces and some money. How can somebody donate to this if they're just wanting to donate? And then additionally, what is the event? So how do they donate into the event? So if they get into the event, is there something to buy? Is there some auction stuff? What is it that you have there?
Yes, there actually is. Doc Stephen McAllister from Working Class Beards and Dames of South Carolina. He actually also has a company, Scrap Dust Scroll Saw, tongue twister.
Right.
But he actually has donated some of his handcrafted items. I've got 2 trivets that he made. A nice little plaque. I know it's hard to see, but it's actually a horse head.
Oh, that's cool.
I know
they're way cool.
There's a glare, so it's really hard to see.
It's still beautiful. Very nice.
And then he made, because the ribbon for Chiari malformation is purple with a zipper on it. They call us zipper heads. Yeah. But he made a cute little
nice.
And I know it's really hard to see, but it is the ribbon is kind of like a purple color. Then he put the zipper on there.
That's awesome.
That was
is really cool.
Yeah. Now I also have another awesome sponsor who donated the Bearded Ninja, Jerry, who is a national member of Working Class Beards and Dames. He has made these awesome little coins.
Oh, nice.
How cool.
That's the front. The back says Silent but Harry.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And he actually donated a full set of 15. So there's 15 coins. And he included his special set too. But they're all, different colors. They all say Silent but Harry on the back. But they're pretty cool, for
that is really cool.
People that collect coins, which he is also the Bearded Ninja. Any purchase you make through them, they actually put it into a PayPal account and help those that are in need as well.
Nice.
So, it's all really a good cause. I do have some ladies' items as well. Because of course, it's not just a beard event. But I've got some donations from Pink Zebra. I've got a lot. Ladies that like to do their nails. I have a ton of Color Street. And then I threw in myself these neat gaiters that I found.
Oh, those are cool.
Like the American flag. Some of them are for women, that's purple and black. But yeah, so threw those in. The team that wins, each 5 of the 5 members will receive an awesome box from Honest Amish. And I, with my company, HummingBeard, I will be also throwing in some prize goodies as well. Which brings me to the sponsors. I'd like to throw their names out too.
Please do.
There's a lot of them. But we do have the Working Class Beards and Dames South Carolina, as well as the Working Class Beards and Dames Tennessee, the Pennsylvania chapter, the National Working Class Beards and Dames National. They have all donated or sponsored. Scrap Dust, Scroll Saw, Mad Productions, Dancing Goat Farms, you, Andy, the Bearded Practitioner,
Cool.
the 10th Kingdom BC, Bad Apple, which is actually an apparel company. I do have Candy Alicia. I'm not sure if she's going to catch this or not, but she has donated some. I don't have them. She still has them, but she has donated some awesome items as well, handcrafted for the auction. I have C&J Custom Designs. It's Crystal and Jesse Morris, and Crystal is part of the Rebellious Babes, and of course, he's part of the Bearded Rebellion. Honest Amish, Talking Beards, which is Aaron
Yep.
Myself, HummingBeard, Rockin' D Beard.
Oh, cool. Right on.
Pulpo Beard Oils, the Bearded Ninja, I Will Stitch, which is the company that has actually generously donated the t-shirts. Black Creek Grooming, Sea Breezy Bearded, check him out. He is a YouTuber.
He is. He's a cool dude.
Quinn Hammond of Ape Shaving has actually designed, and I cannot wait to see it completely done. He has showed me some sneak peeks of it, and it's actually a shave brush.
Okay.
So I can't wait to see that.
That is cool.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that finished product. But I believe as of right now, that's all the sponsors. I'm sure I'm probably missing someone, but I did write them all down this time, but I think that is everybody.
That's awesome. And all of these people should be commended and followed, not just, I know that I gave because we've talked about this, and I'm always willing to give to a charity in any way I can, because I know that this was something very important.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that are you still accepting sponsors as we get closer to the 26th? So if some company is willing to kind of throw in some items and then also wants to sponsor, how would somebody go about doing that? Or are we kind of shut down with that right now?
Okay. Now I had 3 different sponsor packages available, a $25 one, a $50 one, and a $75 one. The $50 and $75 ones did get your logo on the t-shirt. However, because the t-shirts were being donated, I kind of had a time frame that I had to have all those in by, which has passed. Now I am still accepting the $25 sponsor package, and that will get you advertised on 4 different pages. The event page, my personal HummingBeard Company page on Facebook, and then my HummingBeard Company page on Instagram, and the Battle of the Beards by WCBD on Instagram as well.
Nice.
That's very cool. And I saw that today. I saw that they were promoting and so I'm a member as well. So I'm out of the Arizona chapter with my buddy Brian, who is our president. Super cool dude. And I totally support their group, but this is also they're able to support you really well, which sounds like they're just full in, which I totally appreciate about this group, is they just are full in with the charity work. They actually have, I'm blown away all the time by it, because there's just so many people talking about cool things like this. But this one's so specific and so very helpful to so many people suffering from this. And so any company that's out there, get in touch with Danielle. Anybody who's watching this, get involved in this in some way with her. Reach out to her. She on Instagram, you can get a hold of her on her DM through HummingBeard Co. And do you have a Facebook page or anything else that's, I think there's an event page that I know. So what's the event page title?
It is Battle of the Beards. Hold on. I've got so much going on. WCB&D presents Family Feud Battle of the Beards.
Very cool. Very cool. So go check that out on Facebook, and that's where the main event has all the information. I've been checking it out. It's a really good page full of all the information that you need to even if you just want to donate some money, and, just be part of this. I highly suggest everybody getting involved that's watching this stream in our community. Such a good purpose, especially to an owner. Danielle is the owner of HummingBeard. She's very active in our community, and I think that's awesome. And I think we just lost Chef.
Yeah, I believe we did.
I think Chef just was like, that guy just talks too much. He's just chatting. But I definitely believe that this is something that's anybody who's watching this, get involved in this. We've done this stuff before in our community and raised so much money to two different events that I know of where we were able to raise something like $10,000. This sounds like an even bigger project, and you've been handling this all yourself. So how much crazy has that been for you?
Oh, it has been very, very crazy. It has been very crazy. Yeah.
And I know that this type of work, it's a job in itself to set up something like this. So it's been probably tireless hours getting people to be interested, getting these type of interviews set up. I know that I've seen them on, I think you've had 2 other conversations. You had it with Flying Beardsman, right? Or was that? No. Okay. No. So who was the other one? You had another one recently.
Bluegrass Beards.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Ken is such a hell of a dude.
He is.
Hell of a dude. Like one of my favorites right out of Kentucky in your neck of the woods. What's going on, James? Just a good dude. Yeah. I'm glad that you were able to come on his show. Yeah. Very cool. And then did you have any more? Have you had any more streams or anything like that you have planned in the future for this?
Yeah, I think I do, but I honestly have. It was actually really cool because I know he's on here, Billy.
Cool.
Back in August, I had advertised, for looking for YouTube. Well, as you know, looking for YouTube interviews to do. And he got a hold of so many people, and so many people sent me messages, and they're like, "Oh yeah, hey, let's do it." And I'm like, "Oh my God!" I wound up actually double and triple booking because it was actually while I was on vacation, and I'm like, "Oh no, yeah, we're gonna have to cancel this. I already have one." So yeah, I do have some more upcoming.
Good. Because I just definitely want this community to be involved in any way. And I'm so glad that you were able to, and especially people like Billy, who just, I love it when I hear community members just stepping up. That's the reason why I am in this community so hard, is because there's people like that exist that just want to help other people. And, that's such a really cool thing. Really cool. I'm glad to hear that story. James, do you have any other questions? Any questions? Not any other questions. Any questions?
No. Yeah, I'll be looking forward to donating as well. I mean, I'll do the $25 sponsor. I mean, probably on Friday. But yeah, I'm always interested in helping other people, helping any kind of charities, or if I can, I'm always trying to help people out. So
cool, very cool. And you know what? That's the type of people that we are, James, is that we're really willing to. And I think that I know that how hard you worked at this, Danielle, because you've promoted it. You've gotten you've gotten the right things. I think what a fun event to do it Family Feud style. Those were
Right.
like my favorite shows ever. Do you remember that? Now, who was there was the original guy, and I thought he was funny, the 70s dude, whoever he was.
Oh man,
But
I forgot his name.
I can't remember his name either. Was it Dick Clark?
Richard Dawson.
Yeah, okay, there we go. And then there was the other gentleman who's now doing them, where I've seen all of the YouTube like off, the off segments where somebody's like, and they really did say that. You're like, oh, who's the newest guy? Who
Steve
was
Harvey.
he? Who was it?
Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey, right. I was like,
Yeah.
Sponsor's Choice stuff. So have you seen some of the outtakes on that? It's way too funny.
Yeah.
Way too funny. The things that people come up with. Well, actually, the questions themselves. So the questions themselves are like crazy. Have you read through the questions, Danielle? Do you have any sample crazy questions that you might ask? I was thinking about that when I was thinking about like what crazy questions have you come across that you have discarded maybe and not going to use, but what are some of the crazy questions?
Well, I actually have not discarded any of the crazy questions.
So we'll wait.
Yeah,
So you have to wait. Oh,
they're all the fun ones.
I think those are the best. Like, so I don't know why Christy's fixated on Family Feud right now. And she has some sort of like, it's a phone version of it. And you play against other people. And I don't know if you play against teams. I think it's just another person. And she'll just ask me these questions. And I'm like, yeah, last night it was, what are things that can fit between two cars on a train? And the answers were like umbrella, cell phone, and a shoe. Like, who? They asked people these questions. So to get that response, they had to ask questions that were like to random people, like on a survey somewhere, and they're asking them, and it's like, what? Like, who? Like that's not even a question. Like, I wouldn't even think of that as a question, but the answers are hilarious. Like, I was thinking, I like on that one, I didn't even ponder a guess. I was just like, that's just a ridiculous question. Umbrella. Like, maybe it's people who ride the U are, like, hey, yeah, I've lost a shoe there before. Like on the underground or something, like those daily commuters. I don't daily commute to anywhere. I'm in Arizona. We don't daily commute. We have something, but it's like, it's one way. It's like goes through the main to town. It's one train. Now, do you live in Danielle lives in Tennessee. Do you guys in the bigger cities, do you guys have anything like that where you guys have like the trains or anything that roll through? Like there are commuter trains going to Nashville and stuff, or do you guys are just rural? There's nothing out here.
I believe there's something is there something in Knoxville? No, just Nashville.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So that's bigger cities. And you live in a small, I think, James, where do you are living in? I can't remember.
Florida.
Florida, like Fort Lauderdale or?
No, I'm like
you're Miami.
Midwest. I'm near Tampa.
Oh, that's right. You told me Sarasota, Clearwater area.
I live near like Joey Hookham. I mean, like maybe an hour away from Joey Hookham.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool. I love that area of Florida. That's so much fun. Now, my sister recently moved to Tennessee, and Tennessee it's such a cool state. I see pictures that are just absolutely amazing. Especially, what is it? The Little Smokies or something, or what is it? There's a mountain range that's not quite a mountain. It's like a smaller mountain range where there's like a state park there. Isn't that in that area somewhere?
Well, there's a bunch of state parks around, so I'm not sure which one.
I was thinking something Little Smoky something.
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know.
She said she went there.
I know
Wherever that was, it was within traveling. Yeah. Wherever it is, she went there recently, and I was just like, she took these breathtaking pictures, and I'm like, that's in Tennessee? I always thought of Tennessee being like some sort of like low, like the Midwest, where it's just not as many rolling hills or anything.
No.
Nope, definitely not.
Definitely not.
But very cool. So the charity event goes off the 26th. You have lots of awesome sponsors that are coming in. How can anybody else get involved other than we have the charity? You have the you still have the $25, $50, $75 available. You
Just
just won't
25.
get on just the
25.
25. Okay.
Yeah, just 25. I'm not offering the 50 or 75 since the logo can't be put on the shirt.
That's what I was thinking. So so 25, or they can just donate X amount of money to the charity period, which I would highly suggest. How does somebody get involved in the Family Feud event? Like if somebody gets a team, how would they get involved in that? Is that something that they contact you, or they go through the website?
Yeah, contact me. On my go through the HummingBeard page. That would be the easiest, and I can keep it all together. But yeah, go through my HummingBeard page, unless if you're on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, then I suggest you going through the event page.
Very cool. Yes. And what was just for everyone again who may have just joined in, what was the Facebook page again?
The Facebook page is WCB&D Battle of the Beards Family Feud.
Very cool. So that is really awesome. And so the 26th, and I think it's just around the corner. It just seems like, I mean, we were just talking about this in August. The time has flown by. There you go, right there. There's the page. If you could see.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Right on.
Yeah, that's
cool.
That's the page.
So if you see that logo when you get to it, you've gotten to the right place, and get signed up for one of these groups. I suggest we get groups of 5, and then each person chip in some money, 20 something, get $100 out of each team, something like that, something cool. And then you guys will have this so much fun. Is there so how do they determine the winners? So is there like a battle? So you go through like some preliminary stages, and then you go up to a next stage, and then you move to the next stage?
Yes. Now it's still undecided if we'll do the fast money round.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I think I probably will, because that if you don't do that, then you kind of don't have Family Feud.
Right.
So yeah, it'll be the 2 teams against each other. Then, the winner will move on to the next and go against, the next team. The winner will go against the next team, on and so forth.
So is it like different like time slots, or is that how it works, or like how late would it go to? Like,
well, right now that is still undecided. It all depends on how many teams we actually have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
How fun. What a blast. What a, just the donating part is really cool. Going to a very important group of people and research. But just the Family Feud thing, I like playing Family Feud. I mean, that just sounds like just a blast to do with other people. I think that go have a blast with this. This sounds like such a fun time. And right now, when we're all cooped up and things are crazy, we have an opportunity to kind of do something fun for once. And I suggest anybody who can get involved in this. I mean, playing Family Feud and being able to be in a tournament, I can't wait. That's super cool. And now, is there going to be like a live version of it where you can watch the teams playing, or is it just like you get into the Zoom meeting and it's like maybe those players?
Well, again, it'll really depend on, I know we want to do a live. So we're still kind of in the works on that. Again, it all depends on how many teams we wind up having.
Yeah, well, I'm going to try to promote you get as many as we can to where this turns into like a from 6 a.m. to midnight type of thing. And, because we want this to be an all-nighter. We want this to be like the coolest thing since sliced bread, because it's going to such a good, and it's so much fun. And I think that right now in this time and frame of place where we're at, we need fun like things like this, and it's going to a good cause.
Yeah.
I love that.
I chose to do this. At first, we were looking at. There were so many different things we were looking at. We were looking at doing something. Halo had come up with something called Brain Box, where we actually send the contestants materials or whatever, and they have to use those materials in the box to create a beard. But
That's
then
awesome.
we're like, well, no, because that would just be too hard. And then we decided to we were going to go Jeopardy style, but then we were thinking about that, and we're like, well, we just couldn't get that right. So I was like, well, Family Feud, we can do the teams and do it that way. It'll be fun. I know there's so many beard competitions out there, so I really wanted to stay away from another beard comp, kind of change things up a little bit.
Right.
So I chose to do the Family Feud.
Yeah, that's right on. That is so cool, Danielle. I love it. Great idea. Just a fabulous idea. Especially the fact that like I said, Christy plays this game from the moment she walks in the building here to the end of night and is asking random weird questions like all night long. I'm like, I had to like I can't put my headphones in to go listen to like some beard tube stuff because there's a question coming out and then there's just a look and I'm like, what? What? I'm supposed to answer something now, aren't I? What was the question? And then she's like, damn it, the timer already ran out. And I'm
all
like,
your fault. It's all your fault.
It's all my fault. You lost. It's amazing how many people are able to on this come up with stuff that like just so quick that I'm like, that's a ridiculous question. How did somebody get even close to that? Like they have to be cheating. Like there's no way that somebody came up with that many. So what I can't wait is what I'm hoping is honestly is that you guys figured out that like Zoom, because Zoom can actually fit into, you can stream it to places. So okay. I'm hoping Zoom can go to your guys' Facebook event page and then we can walk, because that's my favorite part is to not be really participating. Maybe I will, but I like watching. Like I like watching the answers. That's the best part of that is just how the heck did somebody come up with that as the answer? Even if it's not correct, like that's so far off. Good times.
Yeah.
For sure. So we got about 12, 13 minutes. I like to try to keep this now. We're trying to keep this to an hour so we don't cut into other folks' time periods. So we always give a little bit of time. Shout out to Danielle. I know this was really much about the event. Definitely we'll highlight this again about what's going on, when it's going on at the end. But is there anything else that's going on for you? I know that you just went on a really cool vacation to Jersey.
Yes. 3 week, well, just about almost 3 weeks long.
Wow.
Longest vacation we've been able to take in a while due to work, and so that was really, really fun seeing family and everything.
That's cool. And you got to spend that time with family is so important. It's so cool to have that. That's the one thing that I was telling somebody the other day. As much as I hate being locked into my house all the time, I get to spend so much time with Caden, and I just won't get this time again. He's 11. In a couple of years, he's not going to want it. I mean, he pretty much doesn't want anything to do with me now. He plays video games all day but I get an opportunity to just hang out with him at lunch. Things that I would have never did with my girls. I just didn't have the opportunity. I was always working and they were always in school. And now I get to just, hang out with my kid for lunch for a little bit. So as much as it's kind of bothersome, there's still some positives coming out of this. And I'm, that's me trying to throw some positive at it. But I think that did your daughter just start school?
Yeah. They are going on week 3 on Monday.
How does she like it?
She likes it, other than, of course, having to wear the mask all day.
So she's actually going into the building.
Yes. Yeah. Now they have had some cases I'm not sure if it was actually in the school or people in the school were in contact with people that had COVID. So they decided to actually start 1 day a week. They are doing the remote learning.
Wow,
So,
how does she like that?
well, I don't know, because tomorrow's the first day for that.
Okay.
She really didn't seem too thrilled about it, but you know,
she'll
it's
get through it.
1 day. 1 day.
Yeah. So Caden has been online completely since day one. I think this is week 3. So we're almost done with week 3 here. And I'm kind of on the board. I know that the teachers, I know so many teachers that are, I can't even imagine being a teacher in this. That's my first statement.
Sure.
I just can't even imagine it. But the second thing is that Caden honestly seems to be doing better. He's getting A+ on things. And so that makes me wonder, like, what kind of learner is Caden, where he's doing better now, or is this just watered down subjects to where it's, you can't teach possibly what you wanted to because it's all online. Right. So I'm just not, the jury's out on whether this is really being effective. I know Caden seems to be getting stuff done, and then he's just like waiting 30 minutes to get to the next lesson. And so I'm like, okay, what are you supposed to be doing now? Is there like something you need to go talk to the teacher and do some busy work or something? And he's like, no, I have half an hour until this. And I'm like, hey,
that's one of my daughter's concerns about tomorrow with her starting that, because she said, I don't know what I'm going to do. I already finished my work for tomorrow in my science class. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Am I supposed to still be on there, or what do I do? I said, I don't know. I said, I guess we'll find out tomorrow, because there really has been no instruction given at all.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did they give you computers?
Yeah. Now, she also had a computer last year, which she said they do all their work on the computer at school. They don't have any paperwork that they do. So everything is already, so I mean, she's kind of used to having to use the computer to do all of her lessons, but now the difference is she'll be at home and the teacher won't be there to kind of direct them. And, if they get done early or whatever, give them something else to do.
Right. Oh, cool. Right on. What were you going to say, James? I heard you were.
Oh, no, I was going to say, it's almost like they're making, almost like teachers are they're almost having like easier work, I guess, instead of actually they're maybe not learning what they were and kind of making it easier. That way, that's how maybe like the grades are coming in better. Maybe not getting the full, obviously, teaching experience, I guess you could say. The full dose. Right. That's what I keep like. Well, he doesn't have any homework. He doesn't have I'm like, they're just trying to water. And from where it was to now, it's like, yeah, I mean, Kate, like where's that changing? Right. And it's like he was in a class today with 50 kids, like a Zoom meeting with 50 kids. How can that be effective in any way? And it's not and it's not. It's everybody doing what they can. So I'm not upset about it, but I just don't think that this was exactly. It's smooth. Like I haven't had any like, hey, there's tech problems. Other than they're using WebEx, and if you've never used WebEx, you may have had some tech problems. But I'm at IT, so I've been using WebEx for years. But I was, it was interesting that they don't have a substitute. They just had somebody else just pitch in for them for the day, and they ended up with 50 kids on a call. That's crazy. So how you learn? So. I mean, maybe the teacher's giving the same subjects. I know Caden, I go, well, are you like online? Or are you like, is your camera on? And he's like, well, no, my camera's not on for everything. And I'm like, what? Sure. That's crazy. I'm glad that, I'm glad that your daughter's able to go to some classes though. Yeah. Danielle. I mean, that's at least something, at least some education is happening there where that she's getting instructor led stuff. It is kind of weird that they kind of are picking and choosing like, hey, we heard that somebody may have had COVID.
I mean, we know somebody who's had COVID. I think if you haven't, unless you live under a rock somewhere, I don't know if maybe your community. I live in a big city, so I know a lot of people who've had COVID.
Yeah, where I live is real small, and there actually really hasn't been very many cases. But I don't like I said, I'm not sure if there was actually anybody in the school itself that had a case of it, but I know like a majority of the football team the other day was sent home for 2 weeks because they came in close contact with somebody who came in close contact with somebody who actually had. So it's, I mean, I guess they're just taking precautionary.
Yeah, because it's their education, and it's on their butts on the line to get sued if one of their students dies because they got COVID at a football practice. Totally get it. Hard times. But let's move back. We got about 4 minutes left before the next live stream sets. I mean, there's just like so many going on. There's like Dan C is on tonight with a Joe, which is totally killer. I think Flying Beardsman and I think Chris are on at the same time. I don't know what's going on there, but some sort of thing, other stream is going on past that looked. Oh no, it was Scott and Flying Beardsman. Yeah. So there's just like reviewers reviewing reviewers. That's the night. That's the theme. Except for we got the coolest one because we got Danielle's very cool Family Feud event. Again, it is on Facebook as. Tell it again, Danielle.
The Facebook page is WCB&D. Family Feud Battle of the Beards is that one. Also on Instagram, I do have, it's called Battle of the Beards by WCBD. That's on Instagram. For people that don't have Facebook, I have that as well. Now, one thing that I did not mention is if you do sponsor, you will at the end get a little goodie package as well.
Very cool.
Cool thing.
And definitely that's always awesome that you guys do that. I've appreciated that over the year. I've done a couple donations now, and I appreciated the last one. I got a nice shirt. I love the shirt and a couple some candy. I think it was cool. Very nice. But again, the reason is for you. And I think that this is a community member that is suffering from this. So you can talk to somebody who, it's not like some sort of person that we don't know. This is actually occurring in our community with somebody that we know and is active in our community as a beard company owner. And I know that supporting her in any way that we can is important, and definitely get involved in this. And then, this might be something that we can do yearly to help kind of bring this awareness, because this is also an awareness thing for a lot of people who've never even heard of it. This is awareness and an opportunity to help people that are suffering from this disease. And it is occurring again, September 26th. That's when this Family Feud event is happening. There'll be some more streams, a lot more. I'm hoping to see a lot more people involved with postings. I've seen quite a few people just pitching in and posting. I hope to see at least the days before, like that whole week, let's just light it up with getting this promoted. So such a good cause.
I'll definitely share it up too.
Yeah. And so, any last words, James, before we depart?
Oh no, I just want to thank you for having thank you for being on. I mean, it's been awesome kind of learning about the cause and stuff like that, and getting people involved in this. So I hope a lot of people get involved with this.
Yeah, me too. And Danielle, again, I am heartfelt that you are suffering from this. I hope that there is some relief for you. I know that you support your daughter full time, and you are a full-time single mom, and you are having to battle this illness at the same time. It is definitely heartfelt that you are battling this and doing as well as you are, and overcoming. And I know that you have those days where you just are not doing well. And I know that those are, I know that. And I don't think that people know that if they're not really close to the situation, but I know that this is a day-to-day battle any given day. And I know that this charity is going to help so many people in, going forward. And that's what's really going to be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And again, I'm hoping that we all get involved in this. Anybody listening to this, let's get involved. Is there any last thoughts, Danielle, that we can get from you about this that maybe we haven't heard, or any last thoughts?
Well, real quick, I did see someone ask if I was going to tell them what the goodie package was. Well, I mean, it'll consist of wristbands, stickers, patches, some product from my company, just, I mean, a bunch of goodies, really.
Yeah, it's so fun. I got this wristband. I gave it to Caden. He loves it. I got it from the last.
Normally, the goodie packages are supposed to kind of be as like a surprise. So that's why I really didn't mention it, but it was asked. So.
It still is. But I will tell you this, though, that the donation is so worthy that's how and we have, as a community, come together in the past. And you're also being backed by a huge beard group. And I'm so happy that that's part group I'm a part of. So definitely get in touch with Danielle if you have any questions, anything that like maybe you want to do something, something to donate some bigger amount. I don't know, whatever you want to do to get involved, reach out to Danielle. She is an awesome owner. She has great products, and she's an active member and suffering from the actual disease that she is giving the charity to. And it is something that affects her every day, like since childhood. So please, please, please be involved. And that is where I'm going to leave it. I will give us for the next week. I always give the last, like, what are we doing next week? What are you doing this next week, James?
Not much, really. Just kind of finishing up some videos. That's really about it. Kind of getting some just stuff done around here. I mean, it's nothing really too much going on besides just working.
That's cool. Working is good. I'm going to tell you one thing that I'm going to be doing in like 5 minutes. I'm going to be eating this bad boy. I've been waiting. I've been looking at it, and I keep going, this is a very more serious event than me eating my pie in front of Danielle.
Off camera.
Hi.
Like, rah, rah, rah.
This is really good. What a great discussion we have here. So I want to give it very serious attention. I totally appreciate, Danielle, you sharing your story with us, you sharing this opportunity to donate to a worthy cause. Any last thoughts? Or what are you doing next week? What are you doing the next near future? What's going on for you?
Appointments.
What?
Doctor's appointments.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to hear that you have to go to
I realized I triple booked on September 1st. I have 3 doctor's appointments that day, so I'm gonna have to push that around a little bit. I can't keep up with when I go to what doctor on what day, and it's just been crazy.
Oh, I bet. I'm crazy. And then you're trying to do this charity thing in the middle and running a revamped, amazing HummingBeard website. So, I mean, I just can't even imagine. It's, I got some, just to let you guys know, I'm just going to throw this out. Last week was I've already tested her products out for months now, but I spent last week with 3 of her new cologne products. And maybe some of them are still on I think a couple are still out there on your new website.
Yeah.
But the labeling is awesome. And then I was like, I had been testing so much other stuff over the last 2 or 3 months. I had an opportunity to come back to yours again. And I was just like, yes, this is, it's good stuff. I'm happy that I was able to go back to it. So, and so again, support Danielle. HummingBeard Co. is where you will find her on Instagram. Again, she has the event page. We talked about it several times on the Facebook. Get involved, play some Family Feud. This is an awesome opportunity to just have a blast and donate and be able to help somebody that we know.
Right.
So everybody have a good night. Thanks again, James. Thanks again, Danielle. What a blast.
Well, thank you for having me.
Happy to have you. We'll talk to you soon.
All right.